Hey guys, back out here at the pool, going to show you guys basic drop shot rigs and how to set them up. I get a lot of questions on social media and different ways of how do you rig it, why you rig it different ways, and we're going to go over that. But anyway, it's hot out here. Just a quick tip, quick reminder, AFCO has these hooded sun shirts. So Samurai is great, but this here is an Aero Mesh, which I was fishing the other day. It was extremely hot. Started sweating a little bit, and what happens is when you get a little breeze or what have you, it like blows through this material and it really cools you off. So just wanted to share that with you in case you're in the dirty South like we are here and it's hot. You might want to check these out. They're awesome. But anyway, the drop shot. So first of all, a Texas rig drop shot is highly effective to catch fish. So back in the day when this first came out, this is the way we rigged it. It's just Texas rig. You know, with a Roboworm. This here is a Pro Blue Neon, one of my favorite all-time colors. But anyway, Roboworm makes some awesome shad colors, bluegill colors, and things like that. But this is what I want to show you how to rig it. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to do a Palomar knot. And then this is a really, really key feature of this right here. And a lot of people forget this. So what you want to do is after you tie your Palomar knot, and I get asked, you know, what length of leader? Well, I generally go anywhere from 10 to 12 up to 15 inches. If the fish are real tight to the bottom, or you know you're seeing them in brush piles on the bottom of the brush piles, I might go to a 4 to 6 inch leader. But generally speaking, you know, that 8 to 10, 12, 15 inch leader is what I do. So when you have it rigged and you tie that Palomar knot, what you want to do is take the tag end, okay, and run it back through the eye of the hook on the top of the hook, not the bottom. And what that's going to do is it's simply going to have that worm stick straight out, instead of, if you don't run it through there, the hook is going to lay more, I guess, vertical with the line instead of horizontal, and it'll make that worm stand straight out. So then when you're rigging the worm, first of all, this here's a Trokar Finesse Worm Hook 1/0, and the reason I like it, first of all, it's Trokar hook, super sharp, but it's got that nice bait keeper there, so it holds that Roboworm on there, really, really nice, and get a lot of fish catches. So what you want to do when you're doing this is rig that worm as straight as possible. So you want to bend it up a little bit, come back through, and what I like to do is Texpose it. So that means bring the hook point through like that, and then just kind of tuck it back in there. And you want it, like I said, you got to rig that thing as straight as possible. That way you won't have line twists and things like that. And then I take a Eco Pro full contact drop shot weight, run the line back through there. If I'm fishing like rocks or, you know, heavy boulders or stuff, I might tie this on, but the way that I like doing it is just like that. You know, you save a lot of time rigging and stuff. I'd rather lose a weight than my whole rig. So there you have it. And what we'll do is I'll show you how it looks in the pool, but that's the basic setup. You can kind of see how that worm, once it's in the water, it'll stick straight out, and that's what will entice those fish to bite. All right, so now we'll go over the setup that I use for the Texas rig. And like I said, you know, a lot of times I'm fishing, because it's a Texas rig, I can fish it around brush, through brush, you know, lay downs, docks, any kind of thing where you might get snagged. If you have an open hook presentation, that's where your Texas rig is going to really come into play. So I'll start with 8-pound test shooter by Sunline, and depending on the clarity of the water and how big the fish is and how, you know, what kind of structure I'm fishing, I might go up to 14-pound shooter or something like that. And then, you know, obviously I have a braided leader on here. I like that Sunline Overwatch. This is 16-pound on here. And then, like I said, probably a 20-foot leader, fluorocarbon shooter's fluorocarbon leader, and that hook, that weight. And then I like the 7'4". This here is the Cody Meyer AGS Nico Wacky Worm rod. It's super lightweight, and the reason I like it is because, once again, I'm using that Texas rig. It's got a little bit more power, so when those fish bite me in a brush pile, I have the backbone of the rod to get them out of there, let alone the sensitivity. If one breathes on it, I know he's there. So now let me show you the other kind of setup that has evolved, and especially you know, summertime, I'm getting ready to go up north. Drop shotting for smallmouth is really, really the deal. Throughout the country, actually, you know, if I went to Lake Lanier or I'm going to Lake Shasta in California, anywhere where you have that open water, you're not fishing around heavy brush piles and stuff like that. You want to open, or this here is called a nose rig. So it's really simple. All you do is you take a bait, okay? So this right here is the Jackall Rhythm Wag. This is actually designed to be kind of like a jerk bait type deal, but I really like it for a drop shot, especially up there in, like I said, the north of the smallmouth. And all you're going to do is you're going to take a hook, and I'll explain this hook here in a second, and you're just going to nose rig it, just like that, okay? That's one way to do it, and that's highly effective. The only downfall with this is when a fish jumps, a lot of times they'll throw that bait. So another way you can do it is very simple. This here is still the nose rig. You just go in just like this, thread it up there, and then you're just going to have it come back out just like that. And now what you have is still the nose hook, but you're going to save a lot more baits rigging it like that. And I promise you, it's highly effective. So now let's get back to this hook. So this hook right here is a Trokar. It's coming out. It came out a little bit, I don't know, maybe a couple months back. But this here is the Pro V drop shot hook. I chose a 1/0 because I'm throwing a 4.5 inch bait. If I was throwing a 3 inch bait, I might go to a size 1 or size 2, something like that. But first of all, you can see what I really like about it. You can see the gap from the point to the shank. So that's a wide gap. So you have a lot of potential to hook those fish. Then obviously we have the Trokar super sharp needle point hook. But that V right there, when you hook them and they get into that Pro V, you don't lose them. They don't jump and come off. It just doesn't happen. So then the same thing, I go down to the drop shot weight, full contact drop shot weight. Right here I got a 3/8. I mean, it just depends on the depth you're fishing. You know, if you're fishing current, if you're fishing, I would say, you know, the shallower you're going to fish, the lighter the weight. The deeper you're going to fish, the heavier the weight. That's pretty plain and simple. Now, as far as the setup goes, I throw a lot of sniper because usually with this setup, I'm fishing a lot clearer water. So I like that sniper because I'm not around that real, you know, abrasive kind of stuff. So I'll start with 7 or 8 pound sniper to a liter of AMZ. I really like this for fishing those smallmouth lakes. Super smooth. It came out, I believe, last year at ICAST, so 23 at ICAST. AMZ, this is 10 pound. I like that orange color. It's just a personal preference of me when I'm smallmouth fishing like that. But yeah, that's the backing. And then I go to the leader, like I said, 7 or 8 pound. You know, if you can get away with it, the heavier the better. And then the rod, right? This here's a Tatula 7'3" drop shot rod. Awesome rod for doing this technique. I really like it nose hooking because it's a little bit soft. You can get away with it throwing a Texas rig, but overall, that is the perfect nose hook drop shot rod right there. And then this here's the Daiwa MQLT, came out again last year at ICAST, and it's super nice. Awesome drag, no problems there, and this whole setup weighs virtually nothing. So I'm ready to go fishing. So now we're going to throw it in the pool here, and we'll show you how the different rigs look in the pool. Oh, wait, same thing as before. When you're rigging this, okay, this is a perfect example of this. When you're rigging this, you can kind of see how that's going to stand out, okay, when I have the leader go back through. That tag end, if it's not through that line, that note, excuse me, the eye of that hook, I want to show you both ways in the water. So what we have is I didn't feed it back through the eye of the hook, okay? So it's just like that. So now if you could follow it down here in the pool, and you could look, you see how that bait is almost vertical in line with my main line? It's not standing out so much, okay? And that's because I didn't put the tag in through the eye of that hook. So now I'm going to take my weight off. This is just something that, you know, it's not a huge secret or anything like that, but if you forget to do it, it might, you know, it might cost you not getting some bites and things like that. So now all you do is you take your tag in, feed it back through the eye of the hook, Just like that. You don't want to have it overlap your main line, then you got problems. So I went actually underneath. So back through the eye of the hook. Just like that. Bring it back through. Put your weight on. And that's a cool thing about these. I like these with these little snaps on there. You don't have to tie it on, it's just like that. So now let's look at it now that we have it rigged right. You see how that bait's more stands out more horizontal to the line? That's what you want. That's what's going to get you those bites. So that's the nose hook rig right there. You know, and that's kind of how you fish it. If you're fishing current, I would just dead stick it like that and let the current pull it away. But you can see how lifelike that Rhythm Wag looks in the pool, and the way that that hook is, I mean, it's exposed, and if one gets it, he's done. So now I want to show you the Texas rig. Same kind of deal. We already went back through the eye of the hook with the tag in, so we're good to go there. We're going to make sure it's straight. And there you have it. You see that worm, how that worm's standing straight out? If I took that tag in back out, it would lay vertical with that line. So that's how you want it. Horizontal. Shake it around. You can see that tail moving. There you go. That's your two basic drop shot rigs. And I promise you, if you yourself are wanting to catch more fish, get more bites, or you got a youngster, this is a highly effective way to catch fish right here. So you got the Texas rig drop shot, and then you got the nose hook drop shot. There you go. Hope this helps, and we'll see you guys soon.